The Carolina Panthers have taken Notre Dame tight end Tommy Tremble at 83rd overall. This, of course, comes after taking Terrace Marshall Jr. last round. And in the first round, I was somewhat underwhelmed by taking J.C. Horn, the cornerback, after you had spent all your draft picks on defense last year's draft in 2020. So I was somewhat underwhelmed by that selection, even though Horn is a great player. I wasn't trying to reflect poorly on him. I just didn't think it was the best move. And it was a little bit reflective of poor decision-making by the front office in Carolina. But Tommy Tremble now, after taking Terrace Marshall Jr., who's going to be an impact player immediately, Tremble, tremendous blocker, going to be the best tight end or tight end prospect you've had in Carolina since Greg Newsome. Now, I understand that they have a couple of guys in there right now who are a little more proven, and Tremble had under 300 receiving yards this past year for Notre Dame, so not a guy who has been asked to do a lot in the receiving game. However, he's a great blocker. The comparisons to George Kittle are, of course, overblown. They always are in comparing rookie prospects to all pros, unless you're talking about a true blue chip prospect. But Tremble has, some that think creatively here. Think about a guy who 2 or 3 years from now will be catching the ball much more efficiently, be running routes a lot better, who already has the blocking capabilities of a fullback or tight end, depending on where you deploy him, and probably can honestly deploy from either position right now. And as long as you're asking him to block, not asking him to do too complicated routes, this is a guy who will be a Swiss Army knife on offense, can do a lot of different things for you. And I don't really know how much you want the ball in his hands per se yet, but I think there's hope for the future that you will develop this guy into a tight end that can do so much for you that even if he only gets you 450 to 500 receiving yards per year, that will not describe the impact he has on your offense. It'll be much higher than that.